Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to build one of those Corsi-Rosenthal filters. I've got 4 filters, 20 by 21. I'll put a link to this in the description. But how I'm going to do this differently than others is I'm going to go ahead and use some 3D printed parts. So if you have a 3D printer, I think we can make it a little bit stronger. Guys, I'm just going to jump in with a quick note here. You don't have to have 3D printed parts. I kind of made this video assuming everybody knew what these were. These kind of came out during COVID when they started making these filters because you couldn't buy air filters and stuff. I think there were, supply chain stuff, all that. Anyway, you could just tape everything together, and that's what the original design kind of goes for. I'll link that below too. There's a PDF to teach you how to build one of these with the original. But I just incorporated 3D printed parts because I'm kind of nerdy that way, and I thought it'd be cool to do something a little bit different. And these 3D printed parts, they do make it a little sturdier and require less tape, I would say, to make it a structure, but it doesn't make it completely airtight. So there's the kind of the catch with it, I guess. But anyway, back to the video. Now I did last night put this together just to see what it would be like, and I think I will require tape. When you look at this design, and I'll link it below in the description, it says you don't really need tape, but I want to be able to move this thing around now and again just to test it for dust collection, because as you'll see, here's one of my main problems with dust. This is Georgie, and he sheds a lot. He is a hairy, fluffy cat. Sheds a lot, so it's a little difficult keeping up with his hair. You can even see some on the chair right there. And I don't know if you can see that right there. It's going to be difficult. It's a little dark back here, but there's little pieces of dust that collect on my ceiling. I have this 1980s ceiling, and it has those sharp kind of points to it, I'll call it, from the, I don't know, whatever you call that, the impression that they make with that brush to make the texture on the ceiling. So I usually have to take like a brush of some kind of like a brush you use for, cleaning a ceiling fan, and knock that down. So I'm hoping to reduce that also. So that'll be in the update video too. So I have a lot of dust that comes out from pets, and I'd like to control that a little better. So we're going to go ahead and build one of these. And to start out, you're going to want to make sure your airflow all points inward when you build your rectangle. I guess it's a square when you build your square. So these 3D printed parts here have slots in them for the filter to fit. So we're going to put one there. Our arrow for the airflow is going to be pointing inward. And then we're going to go ahead and put another one here. Again, our arrow is pointing to the inside, because what we're going to do is set the fan on top, and it's going to blow out, so it's going to draw air in this way. Okay guys, we have our basic box built. I'm going to scoot this back here a little bit. It doesn't scoot very well because nothing's really attached. It's just sitting in these brackets. We have our arrows pointing inward for our airflow on all 4 of these, and you want to make sure that's set up correctly before you go to taping this permanently, or you're going to have some problems. Then I'm going to take these top brackets, and they have different top brackets for design, but I chose these one with a curve. So when you set the fan on, my fan is curved like this. It gives it a little structure just so the fan doesn't fall off or get knocked off, I should say. And these just fit on, as you can see, the same type of slot brackets there. Okay, now I'm just going to take some of this clear packing tape, and I'm going to push these together right here, and I'm just going to tape along this line. Now, I was reading online, and they say these filters can last up to a year. I don't know if that's really true or not. I'll do an updated video once I try. This is the first time I've ever built one of these. Alright guys, that moves around much better, so I can reposition it in different places in the house if I want, and it looks pretty decent. You know, it's not like a lot of duct tape. It's not 100% air sealed. I'm sure there'll be a little bit of gap here and here where the fan goes on, but let's go ahead and get the fan set up and see what it looks like. Okay guys, here it is in use. You can see the fan, it just sits on top of it. Other designs, they tape the fan to seal up this little gap. Looking in here, you can't really see it very well, but there's a little gap here. So other designs, they'll go ahead and tape the fan to the top. I want to be able to move it around a little bit easier, so I'm going to leave that there. So mine is not going to be perfectly air sealed. Like I said, mine's more for just some basic dust collection. This is, I think, a Lasco fan I just had sitting around the house. I think I bought this at Walmart, maybe 20 bucks or so. I'll link some down in the description that you can see. I actually went to Walmart, was looking for a new one for this video, but they were out. It's January right now, so they're kind of seasonal items, I guess. Here's the power cord, the way the power cord comes out. Let me see if I can get it closer. I went ahead and took the balance feet, I'll call them, off of the fan, put those in my drawer to use, so I can use this in the summer as a different fan if I want to kind of save them. But that's kind of the overview of it, and that's the reason we're doing this dust collection. But you know, one of the other benefits I was thinking about is, you know how these fans, when you run them for a couple of years, they always get kind of gummed up with hair or dust or whatever in the back, right? Especially cat hair. Maybe this will prevent that from happening. That's something I want to review when I do an updated video on this. But that is just it. It's super basic, clear packaging tape, 4 20 by 20 by 1 inch filters, and I believe these were MERV 7. I'll list all this down in the description. It's easy to make. And then I'll probably wait 6 months, because I'm going to try this for about 6 months or so and let you know the results of using this filter often here in my house. So from what I read online, these are supposed to be just as efficient, if not more efficient, than air filters you can buy, you know, on Amazon or whatever. So I wanted to try this first. I've got maybe $30 worth of filters. I'll link that below. I think they're like a MERV 8 or a MERV 7 equivalent. You can get these just about anywhere. And the 20 by 20 filters, that's a square, it's a 20-inch fan, so it all kind of works out well. And like I said, these things I like because they prevent the fan from falling off if somebody bumps into it. So, you know, I like it as a design. So, of course, it's not very attractive to run in your house every day, but since I tape that, I can move it out of the way if people come over, you know, or whatever. Like I have a family event, so I can move it into another room or move it downstairs and run it downstairs for a while. It's kind of my goal. If this works out, I'll probably make another one, put it downstairs, and try, you know, just more dust collection. Anyway, guys, that's where I'm at with this. I take this sheet of paper and I start to move it towards the filter. You can see it's pulling air in pretty good through these filters. So my hope is it's going to pull this dust through and reduce the dust in the house. But like I said, I'll update the video and let you know. Well, anyway, guys, that's all we have for today. Just a quick one, making the filter. And like I said, I'll update. I know there's a million videos out on it. This is a little different with the 3D printing. So we'll update and see how that goes. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.